ABC Supply Stadium, Poopsie, a very popular guy tonight. His Sky Carp hosting Cedar Rapids. They were threatening early in this one, and Brock Vandenberg gets the job done, smoking that ball through the infield. Carp take a 2-0 lead. In the bottom of the third inning, Beloit up 2-0 still. Mark Coley puts a charge into that one, and it's gone. Carp go up 3-0 on Coley's 7th home run of the season. Jacob Miller, the Marlins' second-round pick in 2022, making the start tonight. There he is, striking out former Sky Carp Jose Salas. The young righty went on to pitch a quality start, going 6 innings with 3 runs allowed. The Sky Carp win the series opener 5-3, the final.